Chapter 2 kicks off with a symbolic image, a silenced pistol lying in the brush. It's sleek, professional, deadly, but also discarded. This opening shot quietly signals a shift from the life of a hitman to something much more mundane. We cut to Fable and his partner. She asks, "You have that bag of money and just that backpack?" But Fable shrugs it off. "I have to stay light to keep up with every target." And she cuts in, "Even then, that's nothing." That one line tells us everything about his mindset. He's not just escaping a life of killing. He's preparing for something worse. Boredom. Back in the apartment, she gives him an envelope. "From the boss," she says. "Yeah," he replies casually, opening it. Inside, fake documents. A fake driver's license, she adds, and an insurance card. He reads the name, Satou Akira. "So that's my new name." She looks over at him. Then she asks, "You have a gun hidden there?" And sure enough, he does. A pistol tucked in a laundry basket. He's still prepared. They walk to the table. She says, "The Osaka syndicate should have a place ready." He asks, "And what's your name?" "I'll be called Satou Youko," she replies. The boss has assigned them aliases, Satou Akira and Satou Youko, and their siblings. Fable isn't amused, suspecting the boss is messing with them. Youko confirms it, saying he was definitely sneering. As they unpack, Fable casually hands her a gun that he was hiding and tells her to put it in the microwave. He opens the fridge and pulls out a water bottle. She asks if there's some for his little sister. He opens the bottom of the bottle and there's bullets hidden inside. Shocked, she discovers he's been storing gun parts in everything from soda bottles to spray cans, and even the stereo. "I'm going to call them by their aliases. We truly don't know their names yet, and Fable is a mythological hitman." Youko tells Akira, "The boss said no guns." Akira replies, "That's why I'm putting them in the microwave. The boss will pick the guns up tomorrow when they're gone." Despite being ordered to leave all weapons behind, Akira insists on keeping his Nighthawk pistol, calling it his partner. Youko is frustrated, reminding him that living normally means dropping the Hitman Act. No guns, no violence, full assimilation. But Fable brushes it off. He looks at his fake ID and notes his new birthday is April 1st, April Fool's Day. Fitting, he says, since their new life is basically a lie. When she jokes that it's perfect, he suspects the boss is behind the symbolism. Akira says it's time to leave. Before dawn, they'll be in Osaka. As they hit the highway, Youko turns to Akira and asks why he became a hitman. He doesn't answer, just clicks his tongue. She asked him why does he do that. She vents about their awkward sibling dynamic. Akira answers her questions with a question. "What about you, sis? Were you the boss's lover?" Clearly irritated. She says, "No way." She finally opens up. Her house burned down when she was 10, her parents died, and for some reason, the boss took her in. She was raised in this world and eventually became Fable's driver. When she asks to hear his story, he coldly replies, "Don't feel like it." Naturally, she yells back, "Not fair." He says, "Then show me your ID." "Nope," she says. Then I'm not talking, and we're left watching this bizarre, deadly pair try to adapt to civilian life while dragging their violent past behind them. At a quiet parking lot late in the evening, Akira and Youko step out of their car. The atmosphere feels unusually tense. As Youko casually shuts her door, Akira glances across the lot with a suspicious expression. His eyes lock onto two young men exiting another vehicle. Something about them unsettles him. Youko notices the change in his demeanor and asks, "What is it?" Her concern is met with a serious response from Akira, who doesn't take his eyes off the duo. "They're car vandals," Akira states, nodding toward the pair. Youko turns to look. "What? Which one?" she asks, surprised. Akira's reply isn't based on evidence, but instinct. It's their appearance and aura. There's something about the way they move, the dead expression in their eyes, the way they loiter. It triggers a gut feeling in him. Youko doesn't argue, but warns him. "Anyway, just don't cause any trouble." As they prepare to enter a nearby building, Akira decides to stay back. "I'll watch the car," he says casually. "Buy me a coffee while you're there." Youko asks if he wants it hot, to which he replies, "A cold one." She walks off, and Akira finds a nearby bench and sits down, letting out a weary sigh. He seems relaxed at first, but then notices the same two suspicious men slowly approaching the vehicles near him. His gaze sharpens. Trying to provoke or perhaps distract them, Akira stands and walks up to the men. He blurts out, "That one's no good," pointing at a car with a child seat inside. "See the car seat?" He continues, "You need to smell the money." The vandals glance at him confused. "See that car, two ahead of you? Has 50 million in it. Don't bother with that junk." He leans in closer and insists, "Can you smell the money? Come on, sniff, sniff." One of the men nods, humoring him. Yeah, that one." But the situation turns quickly. Akira smirks and mocks them, saying, "Too bad, guess you're no pro." The taunt doesn't sit well. One of the men turns his head sharply, eyes narrowing. Akira returns to the bench, but it's already too late. The two men begin approaching him directly. The danger he sensed earlier is now walking straight toward him. They confront him without hesitation. One of them grins cruelly and barks, "Just stand the fuck up." Akira raises his hands in a placating gesture. "Let's not have any useless violence. It won't do any good." But the men ignore his plea. "If you're gonna pussy out, don't stare." Akira complies nervously, rising from the bench. "I'll stand. Just don't touch me," he says. The thug attempts to grab Akira's wrist. "For starters, get out your wallet." Before the thug can grab Akira's wrist, he moves with lightning speed, striking one in the throat and heel-kicking the other in the neck. It happens so fast, the two men don't even realize what hit them. Suddenly we hear, "Whoa!" It's Youko, coffee in hand, shouting at the sight of the two guys laid out on the ground. Akira, looking dumbfounded, casually says, instinct." Youko runs up, panicking. Wait, she yells, reminding him they're not supposed to cause any trouble. Akira shrugs it off. "They came at me." She's clearly irritated, but Akira doesn't care. "They touched me," he says, "so I reacted." Youko urges him to leave, but Akira turns back toward the thugs, pointing at them mockingly. "Hey, say something!" Youko scolds him, "Cut it out!" Back in the car, Youko vents, "You're so stupid." Akira responds, "It's 'cause I trained to defeat an enemy in 6 seconds." As he holds his head in a mix of pride and frustration. "So what?" Youko snaps. "Aren't you a pro?" She warns him. If he keeps reacting like that for the whole year, he's going to kill someone. Akira pauses, then calls her name softly. "Youko?" He looks off, finally realizing, maybe this will be harder than I thought.